So we've created faculty and we've created courses and created a one-to-many relationship between the two. So what we'd like to be able to do now is to actually test it. See if we can create relationships between the two. So the way we're gonna do this is that we're going to assume that there are already courses in there, right? So presumably somebody either has posted courses. You already have to have the entities already have been recorded into a database, right? Now, what we're going to try to do here is establish a relationship between the two, right? And to establish a relationship is that what needs to be done is that we're going to have to find the two records in the database and load them into memory, right? We're going to have the faculty instance. We're going to read it as one by the ID of the faculty, and we're going to retrieve the course also by ID. Once we have them in memory, right, we can use the setters and getters that we just created earlier to establish the relationship in RAM. Once the relationship is set in RAM, we can now save them back to the database. Okay, and once it's saved in the database, the foreign key will be updated for that particular course. So the course initially will exist as an orphan, right? It will have no faculty who authored it, right? The foreign key will be null, right? It will exist all by itself. Once we create the relationship, that foreign key will be updated, right, to point back to the author faculty, right? So let's do that. Let's create a course repository. Let's see in the repository. Let's see, new class, and this will be a course repository, and it'll have the following content. So we're going to have load the repository classes. We'll load the course model. We'll extend the CRUD repository, and it will be a course and an integer. Perfect. All right. So let's. Well, we need to create a course. We'll skip that. And here's where the relationship is going to happen. Right? Instead of creating a post to create the courses, let me see if I have a couple of inserts. Fine. I guess I don't have an insert. Let's insert a couple of courses in the database instead of creating the post here. So we'll say copy, send to SQL editor, insert. Oh, great. And the course, I believe it's auto increment, so I don't need the ID, and I'm not gonna set the author just yet. I'm only gonna set the name of the course. So let's see. So this will be CS 5200, and let's insert a couple of these. So this is 5500 and 4500 and oops, stop it, and 5610. All right, so let's run these four, and let's retrieve from the course database and just make sure that those made it into a database. Okay, yeah, there we go. So we have those four courses in there. So let's now augment. Let's implement a service that will allow us to create the relationship between these two: a faculty, an existing faculty, and existing courses. All right. So to do that, what we're going to do is that we're going to create this mapping that's going to is going to modify. Right? It's not going to create new anything. What it's going to say is that it's going to use a RESTful URL. Notice the syntax, right? This says that, hey, I'm navigating first to a faculty, not all faculties, a specific faculty that has a one-to-many relationship with the authored courses, and it has a relationship with that particular course that already exists, right? I have that ID. Okay, so this is going to create the relationship. And the way it's going to work is that we're going to We're going to parse the both IDs from the URL. It's going to fetch both. It's going to fetch both instances from the database, right? The faculty and the course, and then it's going to set the relationship between the two. It's going to say, "Hey, course, here's your faculty who authored you," and it's going to save the course, or we could use the other relationship. But remember, it can be either one, right? If I set one, it sets the other. Right, so I don't have to do both of them. If you do both of them, it'll just be redundant, but nothing will happen. But typically you do one or the other. So you either set the relationship from the course's point of view, and then you save the course, or you set it from the faculty's point of view, and you save the faculty. Either one will have the desired effect. So let's copy that, and let's add that to the faculty service, which we don't have. Let's create a faculty service here. Oh, we do have. Okay, so we should be able to just paste this in here. So let's paste it in there. And so let's see. We need to import the put mapping and bring also the path variable. Also, we'll need to import the course from the models. And the course repository we do not have, so we'll need to auto-wire that in here. So we'll copy that. It will be paste with capital C here. And we'll need to import that course repository, which I believe we created earlier. There we go. All right, so let's see. Again, we only need one of them. So let's try this. Just course.setAuthor. The faculty, and then we'll save the course into the database. All right, so to do this put, let's go to Postman and generate that put. So this will be, this is, where are we? We are in faculty repository, and it's authored course. So let's rename this. And this will be faculty. Let's see, what faculty do we want to add here? Let's see what I have way too many things open here. Let's close that. Let's close this. Let's look at all the users that we have here. A faculty. Let's use Ada. Ada is ID is 4, and for course, let's close that. Section, student section. Let's remove that. Course. Okay, there we go. So we have CS5200. So Ada is teaching CS5200, ID number 1, and Ada is number 4, right? Okay, so let's create that. So this is faculty number 4 with course number 1. Okay, so this is a put. I don't need any of this. I don't believe we have a return type for this, and it's a put. So this is a put, and we're gonna send this. And it said no cigar. Probably need to restart the server. Let's try that. Let's go to the server, and let's restart here. Since we created a new RESTful API, probably it did not find it. Let's see what the error that we got. No message, faculty, blah, 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 status, 44, not found. Okay, so probably a restart will publish that. Okay, so let's try it again. Let's post it again. And it's still not there. API, faculty, course 1. Did I misspell something? Put mapping API. What is it? Oh, author. Oh, thank you. Yes. I hate computers. They take everything so literally. They do exactly what they're told. All right, so okay, so it's done. Notice that it didn't complain this time. Let's go back to the database and let's refresh the course. And notice that now the foreign key has been updated and it's referencing the correct faculty, right? So now we can perhaps update it ourselves and say, okay, well, this particular course was authored by author number 4. And let's see, Tim Berners-Lee was what? Tim Berners-Lee is number 3. So let's give a couple to Tim Berners-Lee. Let's apply. Let's do update those. And so now, for instance, we would like to be able to perhaps retrieve and say, hey, faculty, give me your courses. Or vice versa. Hey, course, give me who authored you. We'd like to be able to navigate both ways. So let's take a look at that next.